For 10 years, he was the most loved footballer in England who never won anything. 10 seasons, 454 games, more than 170 goals, and a trophy cabinet with nothing in it at all. Then, at 33, in his final act at the club, he lifted one. And the pictures of him crying with the trophy went around the world, because everybody understood exactly how long that had taken. This is the story of Son Heung-min and the father who built him. He was born in 1992 in Chuncheon, a city in the mountains east of Seoul. His father, Son Heung-min, had been a professional footballer himself until an Achilles injury ended his career at 28. What that father did next with his sons is either inspiring or extreme, depending on who you ask. He had watched his own career end early, and he decided that if his boys were going to play, they would be built properly, from the ground up, with nothing left to chance. The routine was this: 500 shots with the left foot, 500 with the right, every single day. Juggling the ball for hours without letting it touch the ground, and if it dropped, you started again at 0. No shortcuts, no complaints, no days off. Thousands of skipping rope jumps, hours of the same movement until the foot stopped needing instructions. Other kids were playing games on weekends. Son was doing repetitions in an empty field with his father counting. And here is the part that sounds impossible. His father would not let him play in organised matches until he was 14. Years of training and almost no games. The reasoning was ruthless and simple. If your body does not know something without thinking, you are already too late. At 16, he dropped out of school and flew to Germany, alone, to join the Hamburg Academy. He spoke no German. He had never lived away from home. His father moved into a motel near the training ground and did the same weight sessions as his son, in parallel, so the boy would not be doing it by himself. Think about the size of that bet. A family with no money to waste, sending a teenager across the world on the strength of a training routine and a belief. He made his Hamburg debut at 18 and scored. Then he scored again and again until Bayer Leverkusen paid 10 million euros for him, then a record for an Asian player. Germany got a finisher who could shoot with both feet equally, which is exactly what 1,000 shots a day was always for. Defenders could not show him one side because he did not have a weak one. That is not a gift. That is a decade of counted repetitions arriving on schedule. By 2015, he had scored 29 goals in 2 Leverkusen seasons, and England came calling. Tottenham paid £22 million, another record for an Asian footballer, and the noise around it was not kind. A gamble, people said. A shirt-selling signing, bought to open a market rather than win games. It is worth remembering that, because of what he spent the next 10 years doing to that opinion, the first season was hard enough that he asked to leave. He was homesick, he was benched, the league was faster and heavier than anything he had known. The club said no. It is the most important no in his career, because what followed was a decade of Son Heung-min becoming one of the most complete attackers in the world. The run against Burnley, from inside his own half past half a team, that won the world's best goal award. The partnership with Harry Kane, 47 goals combined, the most productive duo the Premier League has ever had. Against Southampton, he scored 4 in a single game, and Kane assisted every one of them, which had never happened before in the league's history. In 2022, he shared the Premier League Golden Boot with 23 goals, and every single one came from open play. Not one penalty. He was the first Asian player ever to win it. He would go on to pass 100 Premier League goals, another first for an Asian player. Then he was made captain, the first Asian to captain the club, in a dressing room full of internationals who had every reason to expect the armband themselves. And still, the cabinet stayed empty. A Champions League final, lost. League Cup finals, lost. Second in the league, once. Season after season of being brilliant on a team that could not quite finish anything, while his own list of individual awards kept growing. He never once asked out publicly. He never leaked frustration to the papers. He kept turning up, kept scoring, kept smiling at supporters who were watching a great player waste his prime on near misses. Then there was Korea. Captain of his country, the face of football in a nation of 50 million. In November of 2022, weeks before a World Cup, he fractured 4 bones around his left eye. Surgery and a recovery that made the tournament impossible. He played anyway, in a black protective mask, unable to see properly out of one side. And in the last minute of Korea's final group game, with the country needing a miracle, he carried the ball 70 yards on a counter-attack and squared it for the winner. Korea went through. The image of the masked captain is still everywhere in Seoul. Understand what he carries. In Korea, military service is compulsory, and only an Asian Games gold medal excused him. He won it. He is the reason a generation of Korean kids watch European football at 4 in the morning. Every goal he scores is a national event. And then, at last, the ending nobody could write. In his 10th season, as captain, Tottenham won the Europa League. 17 years without a European trophy ended by the man who had waited longest. He came off the bench in that final, watched the last minutes from the pitch he had waited 10 years to win something on, and then lifted it and wept. And so did half of North London. Weeks later, he left. Los Angeles paid a Major League Soccer record to bring him to America, and he arrived to crowds at the airport. 13 goals and 12 assists in his first 27 games there, at an age when most attackers are fading, on the continent hosting the World Cup he had just played in. This summer, he went to that World Cup as his country's captain and did not score. He came back to Los Angeles and scored in 3 consecutive league games. That is the whole man in 2 sentences. The disappointment does not get to stay. The work starts again the next morning. His father still runs a football academy in Korea and still says his son is not a world-class player, only a very hard-working one. Coming from anyone else, that would be cruel. Coming from the man who counted 1,000 shots a day beside him, it is just the family language. 10 years of being told the trophy would never come. A broken face he played through. A country's expectations carried alone. And underneath all of it, a kid in a Korean mountain town kicking a ball 500 times with each foot because his father said the body has to know before the mind can. If this story stayed with you, subscribe to Beyond the Boots for more. The boots tell the story. We just follow the footsteps.